Hey y'all, you're listening to a Q&A with S&J.
Welcome to the Flip Lifestyle Podcast, where life always comes before work. We're your hosts, Shane and Jocelyn Sams. We're a real family that figured out how to make our entire living online. And now, we help other families do the same. Are you ready to flip your life? All right, let's get started.
Hey y'all, today we're showcasing questions from our twice monthly members-only Q&A. These are some of the best questions from our members on one of our last calls. We hope these questions will help you take action in your business. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoy today's Q&A.
All right, so we're going to mix this up too. I'm going backwards. I'm going to be reading today. So get your questions in the Q&A box. All right, our first success story is from Nicola. Nicola says, I have a success story this time. The past month, I've been putting out weekly content on my website and YouTube channel and Facebook. I've had a recent sale to the Your Family Stories system, plus a couple of email subscribers and YouTube subscribers. To cap it off, a long-term reader wrote to me saying how my output has been amazing, and they have noticed how prolific I've been with my content. To end the year, I'm hoping for more of the same, sales, emails, and subscribers by offering a Christmas deal and a holiday book giveaway. Thanks, everyone, for your constant encouragement and advice. I love the Flip Your Life community. Catch you next decade, Flip Your Lifers.
Next decade.
So that is a huge success story. Nicola's been a long-time member. She's been really grinding and working on her blog. And she sells a daily print journal helping people write and self-publish their life stories for family and friends.
Which would be a great holiday gift.
It would be a great holiday gift. Maybe we could drop her link in there, Jocelyn. Maybe you could look that up and find that. I actually bought Nicola's book like 2 weeks ago. We actually bought it. We bought our own customers' products. How awesome is that from the Flip Your Life community? Because I want to, over the Christmas vacation, go sit down and interview like my dad. My dad's getting, he's getting older, and he's got a lot of great stories. He was born right after the Depression. He grew up in rural Kentucky in the 50s and 60s.
The 10th of 10 children.
The 10th of 10 children. There's only 2 of them left. And I'm afraid those stories are going to disappear from our family. And I really, with all the technology we have, we're podcasters. I can take my mic over there, and I want to interview my dad, get his voice in digital, and really, hear all these stories and be able to pass those down for generation. And that's what Nicola does. She actually helps you with the book is amazing. I was looking through it the other day. It's literally A to Z exactly how to do that.
We're not an affiliate.
We're not an affiliate. We don't get anything for promoting Nicola's book. But man, what a really cool product. And we will try to find the link for that and put that in the Q&A.
Right there?
She doesn't have the link. She doesn't have the link in her. Oh yeah, foreveryoungautobiographies.com. Type that in there. Foreveryoungautobiographies.com. And Nicola is in the community too, if you want to check that out. She's from Australia, one of our Australian members. And it's just a really, really cool resource to be able to capture those memories. And we are very blessed because as of today, I have both of my parents still alive. Jocelyn has both of her parents still alive. Our kids even have a great-grandparent, an actual biological great-grandparent that's still alive. And we actually have 2 additional people who kind of adopted us as kids and our kids as their grandkids, and they are still alive. So our kids kind of have 6 windows into the past, and I want to try to get all of them interviewed if I can.
But life is short, and take advantage of this holiday season when you're together with your family. Like, that would be an awesome thing to do.
And it's a great way to support other members of the Flip Your Life community. Our community is very vast and broad, and we have a lot of people doing a lot of cool different things in there, and we love it when our members support each other, and we love to support our members too. So all right, we got some people posting. Crystal posted in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and give some shout outs to people's businesses who are here today. I have people learn how to create e-learning courses and develop skills in instructional design. Website eteachonline.com. Crystal launched her membership with a very, very successful launch over Black Friday. She's killing it. I think she's getting near 1,000 people on her email list right now. I think it's very close to that. So very cool. Lots of good things happening. And if you need help, hey, that would probably help you making your own courses for your products. It would probably help you with your own instructional design so that you can go out and teach better and put a better foot forward to your customers. So if you're selling courses, selling anything, doing anything where you teach online, check out Crystal's stuff. Okay.
One of my best friends, Elise, she posted last night. She has a site called 40daysfuller.com. And she's actually doing a live training today. So if you guys want to support her, head on over to, I think she's doing it on Facebook. It's called 40, just 40 days fuller.
Hey, see if you can pull up her Facebook. See if you can drop her Facebook page in the link. We'll give
she's working really hard. She's actually a prolific monthly subscriber, and that is what she's doing. She's doing the live training.
Yeah, my challenge this month for prolific monthly subscribers, we were doing a webinar every week, and I actually missed 1 week this month. I'm gonna make it every week but one. I did a webinar this week, but I actually did a 12-day of Christmas sale. So I spent that week working on a major promotion, even though I didn't do my webinar. But if you can get 3 out of 4 weeks doing a webinar every week, you're going to make some sales. So it's awesome.
And go and watch Elise's video. She talks about our relationship and how we started hanging out together. So anyway, she's one of my best friends. Again, no affiliate relationship, just somebody I love.
In the community. All right, our next question comes from Maria. Maria says, I have started creating blog posts for my site and want to include some free downloads in some of my posts. Do you advise that I require people to give me their email address to receive the download, or just put a link and let them download at will? These downloads would be different from my lead magnets. Thanks for the help. What do you think, Jocelyn?
Okay, Maria. Well, I think that there are a couple of different ways to do this. So back when I was still doing the librarian site, I sort of had this both ways. So there would be times that I would require an email, and there would also be times that I wouldn't. For instance, if I was linking to someone else's resources, I wouldn't require an email address. So sometimes I would link to games or like printables, things like that. And if it was somebody else's stuff, I never required an email. If it was my stuff and, something that I felt like was valuable enough that somebody could have paid for it, I usually did require at the very least an email so that I would be able to follow up with them later.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you're kind of pointing people in the right direction, probably wouldn't ask for the email, like if it's a cool thing you found or something like that. But, if it's my stuff, my general rule is if it takes me an hour to create it, I'm going to link to it. I will even link to blog posts. Like, let's say I do a sales funnel blog post, and then I want to link to another article called How to Analyze the Data of Your Sales Funnel. I've even done opt-ins to that before. Like, you click the link, and opt-in pops up, and then I'll redirect you over to the blog post. So in general, if you've put some time into it, and if it's the next step for them after the blog post, why not get the email? Like, I really don't know why you wouldn't ask for an email for a free download for any reason. Like, I can't think about why you would do that unless it's to people who are already on your email list. Like, if you were sending your email list a resource and that resource was like a video with a download, I could see not asking for that because you don't want them to have to opt back in for the emails. But even that, you can tag people and it allows you to segment your list better because they were interested in that topic on that day. So
the only time that I might find an exception is if you created something that wasn't for your target market. I don't really know why you would do that, but what I'm trying to say is you don't want somebody on your list that would not buy your product.
Yeah, like don't pollute your list with people who might be, you're just sharing something interesting. So I think let's make a rule here. The default answer to this question is if someone is clicking something to get to the next step, you need to ask for an email address.
And here's an example for Maria. So Maria, I know that you do preschool learning materials because I know you personally. And so an example would be if you did a list of the best iPad apps for young children. So like a mom might download that. A preschool teacher might download that. But what you should say instead is the best apps for preschool teachers. So if I'm a mom, I might download that, but probably not.
Yeah. I know people that literally have 100 different lead magnets. Like every single blog post gets every single podcast episode, every single YouTube video they do gets a content related lead magnet. They're very prolific at this is my podcast. This is what it's about. I'm asking for a different lead magnet that's only related to this topic. So you cannot be too prolific with a lead magnet. And guys, if you don't get emails, your business doesn't grow. So like ask for the email, right? Like we all could do a better job at asking for email addresses. So generally do it. There's probably exceptions, but I think that would be few and far between. Okay. All right. Our next shout out for today is Flip Your Life community member Cynthia. And her website is aslteachingresources.com. And she sells sign language based resources and gifts. She's got all kinds of things going there. She has gift certificates and discounts for memberships. And she helps teachers and parents and anybody trying to teach sign language to somebody else use ASL, American Sign Language, with those people. And she is a pro. She is very close to us. She lives very near us. Actually, it was funny. I think my sister-in-law is an ASL interpreter. And I think that she knew my sister-in-law first before she found the community or something like that. I'll let her explain the story. But check out Flip Your Life community member Cynthia's website over at aslteachingresources.com. I really like these shout outs. We need to give shout outs.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we need to do this we're going to start doing
our
this.
members have some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I know, right? We're going to start doing these shout outs, not just success stories. I think we'll do, going forward in 2020, we will do shout outs, success stories, and questions on these calls because we do some.
So you got to show up.
Got to show up. We do use some of your success stories. We do use these on our podcast sometimes, some of the questions. So, all right. Our next success story comes from TC. TC says, success story. I got 55 new subscribers on my email list in the last 3 days. That is awesome. Well done, TC. TC's been launching that brand, grinding that brand, working on that brand, and now she's seeing the fruits of her labor. We got a lot of momentum coming up in her brand. So congratulations, TC. That is awesome. TC, drop your link in there, and I'll give you a shout out to your website in just a minute, okay? All right, our next question comes from Flip Your Life community member Simone. Simone says, hello, everyone. I'm not sure if I'll be able to make the call, but even if I do, I want to post my question here. So we allow members to post their question ahead of time if they can't make a member call in the Flip Your Life community forum. So Simone has posted it here. 1, I'm revamping my membership and want to start with a founders group. Do I use the sales funnel emails and sales page to bring them in, or just write broadcast emails to my current list? She has 2 questions. So let's answer that one first.
Okay. So basically, what she's wanting to know
is this a relaunch to a new founders group? It sounds like I'm revamping my membership and want to start. I think she's saying she wants a new group. She's kind of rebooting, like they do a movie in Hollywood, it sounds like.
Okay. And so she's basically wanting to know, should she just get people into the sales funnel, or should she market it to the current list? Do you think that's what she's asking?
I think so. To me, it sounds like what you should do is, yes, first launch it to your list, and then also do an ad campaign to bring in new people. I think that's what she's saying. So who should she launch to first? This is a chicken or the egg question. Should she roll out a new ad, do a new sales funnel and new emails and kind of launch this to the audience? Or should she just take her current list and kind of relaunch?
Yeah, so I would start with the current list. I mean, that's your low-hanging fruit. Those are people who have already raised their hand and said, hey, I think your content is pretty cool. I want to learn more. So I would definitely start there. And, by all means, get the sales page and all that done as well. But I think that your low-hanging fruit is that current list.
Yeah, whenever we launch a new product, here's kind of how we do it. So we start with the hottest people we have, and we consider the hottest people we have people on our email list who have clicked a link in the past. Okay. If someone has not only signed up for our list, but opened an email and clicked anything, they're really into what we're talking about. Okay. So that's where you start. We kind of do the early birds to the clicks. Then we go to the who's opened an email. That's the early birds, right? Then who's on our list. That's how we roll it out to the next. So let's say you were going to do a beta launch. You would send it to clicks, and maybe that's a 50% discount. And then maybe you would do your opens, get the 50% discount. And then you send it to your list at a 25% discount. And then you start advertising it to everybody at full price. So that's a good way to roll it out. And then, so never start with your coldest traffic. Start and test things with your warmest people and your hot people. And then that's going to tell you if you've got a good idea. Because if they don't buy it, you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? All right. So Simone also has a second question here. Do you have sales page examples? I saw one in the latest Prolific monthly newsletter, but I don't have it with me right now. I'm spending Christmas holiday at my sister's house, 600 miles away from home. Okay, Simone, yes, we do. If you log into the Flip Your Life community at flipyourlife.flippedlifestyle.com, you can check out the Sales Funnel Masterclass. Inside, I have a full course on how to create a sales page. I have a full course on how to create an options page, and I have a full course on order forms. You can get the entire sales page sequence inside of that training. And I also have a 21-point sales page checklist that you can follow along and go with it, and you can just create your sales page straight off of our template. And that will that is a proven sales page that converts very well, and you can use that to do that. That is inside of the Flip Your Life community membership at flipyourlife.flippedlifestyle.com.
And there are also printables to go along with each of those lessons. So there are workbooks. You can print them out. You can write things down and just go straight off that. I don't know if a lot of people know that each of the training modules have a printable workbook, but they do.
They do. So check that out. If you're a member here, if you're not a member, go to flipyourlife.flippedlifestyle.com. And if you are a member, check that out. All you got to do is click over the Flip Your Life Blueprint, FYL Blueprint module, or menu item, or on the right that says all trainings. You can go in there and check that out if you need any help with your sales pages going into the new year. And a quick shout out for Simone. She is over at echmusic.com. Simone helps independent Christian recording artists brand themselves, build their fan bases, and make money with their music. So check out Simone's website at echemusic.com. Also, if you are a Flip Your Life community member and you're listening to this right now on the member call, go into the community and update your signature so we can know exactly. You can put your elevator pitch there. You can drop a link to your website in there. It's a great way to promote your brand, and we'd love to give you a shout out whenever you leave a post in Q&A. All right, our next success story comes from Cynthia. Cynthia writes, success. This month, I reached 4,000 YouTube subscribers, over 200,000 downloads since our ASL Word of the Day podcast launched. Now that I have those audiences, I need to figure out how to start converting them to sales memberships. Sales and memberships. Yes, that's awesome. Absolutely awesome. That is amazing. Great success story. Way to be. Cynthia has really been consistent and prolific in her YouTube content and her podcast this year, and it's starting to reach that tipping point. 200,000 downloads. That is awesome. That is absolutely. That's almost 250,000 downloads. What a great amount of attention. And we've been talking to Cynthia about, adding opt-ins at the end of all of her podcasts, adding opportunities for people to go subscribe to her list, and that's going to create opportunities for her to get more people at her webinars, get more people buying from her email list. And what an amazing job you've done this year, Cynthia. I cannot wait to see what 2020 does for you. It's going to be awesome. All right, we've got another shout out here for a Flip Your Life community member. We got TC, and TC owns a website called Overwhelmed PM, and the PM stands for Project Managers, overwhelmedpm.com. Quick shout out, TC offers training, mentoring, and support to people interested in project management. Again, we are not affiliates for these any of our shout outs. We're not promoting them like they're an ad or anything like that. We're just trying to give shout outs to our Flip Your Life community members because we're so proud of them for launching, starting, and growing online businesses. So if you're a project manager out there, or if you want to check out what TC's doing, quick shout out to Flip Your Life community member TC over at overwhelmedpm.com. Okay? All right, guys, if you've got a shout out that you want us to give, if you've not typed in your elevator pitch and your link, I see a few people in here who have not done that yet, so go ahead and shout out. Don't be shy. You're amongst family and friends. Put that in the chat box right now, and we will give you a shout out. If you got another success story, we will read that on air as well. All right, Jocelyn, our next question comes from Flip Your Life community member Crystal. Crystal says, I'm reopening my membership next week and am trying to figure out a way to create a sense of urgency. It will be open for good, and it will be open for good. I will not be closing it again for the first time since I opened it on my beta launch. The urgency it was closing in a week and prices would be going up when I first launched. I'm planning to raise the monthly rate from $19 to $29, then plan to raise it again. How can I create urgency and scarcity now that I won't be closing my membership anymore? I'm going to leave the doors open every day of the month. How can I create scarcity and urgency without the threat to close the membership again? This is a great question. It's a great question.
All right, Crystal. So there are different ways that you can do this, but the way that I like to do it is by offering a bonus of some kind. So maybe you're going to offer a bonus of XYZ to the first 50 people who join or something like that. I like to do it that way. I think that it gives people a sense of urgency in that, I know I want to join. I was going to wait a couple months, but because this super cool bonus has come up, I'm going to do it now.
So basically you just rotate the bonuses, maybe a different bonus every month.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
Okay. So that'll give you something every month you could promote as a bonus, like the bonus, they get it forever if they join today, even if they cancel in the future, and then they drop it later. And maybe you can open and close with a new bonus. The price increase is a great promotion that creates scarcity. Like right now, that your next 3 months are covered. You answered your own question. Hey, your rate is $19 a month right now. Hey guys, I'm raising the rate on January 1st to $29. Anyone that joins in now at $19 can lock the rate in forever. What do you do?
Price increase is the perfect opportunity.
Perfect opportunity for scarcity. Yeah. And then in February, I'm raising it to $39. Get in now. So that gives you your next 3 months of scarcity. Now you're going to have a lot of sales one day of that month, right? But you can go ahead and do that every single month going forward. Okay. The next thing I like to do is focus on urgency, not scarcity. Scarcity and urgency are not the same thing. Scarcity means something is going away. The bonus, the price, it's going away. It closes. It's over. You cannot get this beyond this point. Urgency is more why it's urgent for them. You hate your job and need to get out of it now, right? You need this course to pass a test tomorrow. You need me to do something to remove a pain in your life because it's getting on your nerves. You can create urgency all the time, but you do that through storytelling. You do that through your email marketing. You do that through your blog, through your podcast, and all of that. So urgency is in basically the heart of your customer, right? Why is it urgent for them to take action now in their life? Scarcity means bonuses, prices, all that's going away. And also too, like you can rotate through promotions. I just did a price webinar the other day, a free training for price. If you're not on our email list, go to fliplifestyle.com. Make sure you sign up now over in the sidebar, because I do free trainings every single month. And I just did a free training on prices. And you can rotate through different price offers for memberships. That's a great way to create scarcity. Like, hey, we're offering a sale for a quarterly plan or an annual plan right now, and it closes. You can open and close price promotions. That's another great create scarcity and urgency. So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I don't like the open and close model because I think it's fake. I think the only reason to open and close a membership is because you might be not confident in handling an influx of people. Right? Oh man, if I get 100 members, I'm not going to be sure like what to do, right? Like, so you can open it, handle that, open it again, handle that. That's a good way to do it. But if you're just opening and closing to create artificial scarcity, I think that's kind of dishonest, right? There's got to be a reason for scarcity that actually exists. Like Prolific Monthly, my print newsletter, it goes to print on the 20th of every month. Like if you don't sign up by the 20th, over at www.prolificmonthly.com. If you don't sign up for that by the 19th, you don't get it for the next month. That's real scarcity that happens every single month, right? There's really no scarcity like that happens in our community. Now, member calls, we use that as scarcity. That's another way to do it. Like we say, hey, we got a member call tomorrow. If you don't sign up today, you don't get to come to the member call. So, there's ways to create scarcity besides just a fake, we're closing the doors at midnight, like all these internet marketers do. So, great question. Great question. All right. Got a quick shout out to John, Flip Your Life community member John. John helps teachers and homeschool families teach financial literacy. And his next step is launching his membership. And he's working on that right now to get that website launched. So good job, John. Way to take action. Way to be here at the Q&A. Way to be asking great questions. And we're going to be getting to your question in just a few minutes. And way to take action. And we can't wait till the next member call when you tell us you have succeeded and got that website launched. That's what I'd love to challenge you to do that. John. All right. Our next question comes from Flip Your Life community member Cynthia. Cynthia says, reaching out with marketing for January back to school. I'm in the education niche. Would you suggest the same ad for cold and warm as I used in the summer back to school season? Is I'm assuming what she's saying here. Is it best to do a direct sale for the membership or offer a free download to get resources? It seems my membership ads at this time do not pay off. It's later in the year, and a lot of people in my niche are tuning out of their job as they go on Christmas vacation. Currently, I have my 3 ASL 2020 calendars ready to give for an opt-in, or I could use a winter pack as a teaser. Due to the time and resources, I really need to pick one. Probably right now. So basically, Cynthia knows her calendar, and she knows that her avatar is going on Christmas vacation. So they're not really interested.
Could really care less. Like they could not care less
about their job. Right.
Like lesson plans, about anything. They're surviving until the last day of school.
Right. They're trying to get to that point, go on. It's like anybody before their vacation. That last week, you're kind of tuning it out. You're kind of phoning it in. You're just trying to get some time off, right?
And as former teachers,
we totally and that's like everybody. Think about anyone who is even not a teacher. You've looked in the calendar and been like, oh man, I got vacation June 1st to June 6th. And like the last week of May, you're looking at the clock, you're looking at your watch, you're looking at the calendar, you're like, get me to vacation, right? Well, that's what her avatar in her niche is feeling right now. So they're not trying to buy anything. They're not trying to do anything. They're trying to just survive. So I think free resources during this time is probably your best choice.
Yeah, I really like free stuff right now, especially even when they come back to school, because when they come back, our school, for instance, goes back on January 6th. And about January 4th, it hits you, oh no, I don't have anything prepared for my class on January 6th. So that is a great opportunity to be like, hey, are you freaked out about going back to school? Well, guess what? I have something really cool for you that's free. And they are going to appreciate that show of goodwill. They're going to share it with their friends and all that type of thing. So
I'd call it back to school pack, not winter pack, though. I do a back to school free promotion. But remember this, as soon as they opt in, the very first email that goes out is like a month of lessons that they can buy as a membership. You've got to follow. The fortune is in the follow-up. It is never either or. Even when you are promoting a free thing, the very first email and the thank you page for that free thing where you deliver it must sell the membership. Okay. So make sure that you 100% have follow-up behind that free thing. Okay. Because there are low-hanging fruit. You may get 100 emails over the next 3 weeks while they're on Christmas break. I would guess 10 of the people would probably buy if you follow up, right? Deliver the free thing on the thank you page. Deliver the free thing with an email. P.S. Here's a discount for my membership. P.S. on the thank you page. Here's your thing. Line sales page for your membership. Don't miss the opportunity to follow up. Your first email in any sequence will always have the highest open rate. So if you don't sell in the first email and on the thank you page of any opt-in, you are losing sales. Okay. So make sure you got your follow-up set up for that.
Cynthia, I would make sure that it's something that is ASL specific. I know you talked about a calendar, and I'm not sure what is included in the calendar exactly, but if it's something that is relevant to all teachers, you might want to do something that is just relevant to people who teach ASL, because that's what your membership is.
Okay. John has posted here. Okay. What is the chief source of conflict that my financial literacy course is trying to defeat? Okay, you cannot answer that question until you decide if you are writing a course for homeschool teachers or school teachers.
And just remember that just because your content is geared toward a certain person, it doesn't mean that somebody different can't purchase it. I think that sometimes people get it in their head, well, if a homeschool group is interested in my thing, then obviously I have to go the route of marketing toward homeschool.
And then number 2 point,
that's not true.
Number 2 point, he says here, still confused on writing copywriting for my homepage. Am I targeting teachers or homeschool families? Okay, let me rephrase this question. John, are you targeting teachers or homeschool families? I should be asking you that question. You should not be asking me that question, because that's what's causing confusion on your homepage. Like, I know when I write for my homepage, this is what I sit down and I think every time I change anything on fliplifestyle.com. I am writing to people who are 35 to 55 years old with children still at home between the ages of 0 and 16 years old. I sit down. That's the only time. That's the person I think about. I know it. And that's why my writing is clear. Now, do we have people over 55 with their kids gone? Yes. Do we have people in their 20s who are just starting families? Yes. But that when I write, I know I have decided, not is it right, not is it wrong. Shane and Jocelyn have decided to speak to that person. And that is not a question that we can answer for you. You have to answer that. So you've got to ask yourself, am I writing? Am I targeting teachers? And here's the funny thing. You could take a quarter out of your pocket right now and flip it and pick one, and it would not matter. I guarantee you can succeed in both paths, and I guarantee you will draw in people from the other side in both paths. But you got to decide. U.S. history teachers, we've talked about launching a homeschool site this year, right? But it will be a completely different website. It will be called homeschoolhistoryteachers.com. I've already bought the domain name.
Will it use some of the same content?
100%.
It'll just be marketed a little differently.
Exactly. But when I flipped the coin and I had all the content created, the first path I picked was teachers.
But a more scientific way of doing this is to look at your existing audience. Okay, so do you have email addresses?
Well, he didn't even have a website yet, so he probably has no audience.
Well, if you have any Facebook followers, if you have whatever, like what percentage of them are high school or school people, what percentage are homeschool? So that's another way of doing it. If you already have an audience, ask them, hey, are most of you guys homeschool or are most of you guys K-12?
And I'm going to be like, I don't like to sugarcoat things. I don't really like to. Like, known John for a long time. Him and his wife, great people, been in the community, got to have hang out with them and meet them live at one of our live events, and really pumped and excited to see what they're going to do going forward. But this question must be decided by you, right, wrong, or indifferent, because every question that you've written here is totally stemming from the confusion of you not making the call and picking targeting teachers or targeting homeschool families, period.
Like, you can sit here and debate this for the next year and still not come up with anything. Or you can just choose a direction.
You can choose a direction and actually succeed in 2020, right? Like, you can't be all things to all people. You can't be teaching to college, teaching to high school, teaching to children. You can't be homeschool and teachers. Now, you can AAA, BBB, CCC. I've been USHistoryTeachers.com launched in 2015. I have marketed now for 5 straight years to only teachers. And next, after 5 years of making the call to only go after teachers, I will now be starting a second website to target homeschool families and helping them with their history teacher lesson plans, their history lesson plans. So I am AAA. I've been focused. Now I get to do B, but I don't get to do both at the same time. I don't get to be everything to all people. I have to do it one thing and then the next thing. Okay. So I would challenge you right now to pick and choose and go after what you're going to get. And don't worry if it's right. Don't worry if it's wrong. You will succeed in whatever path you take. Okay. All right. Good stuff, man. And John just put in the chat box on the Q&A, okay, exclamation part. Thank you, exclamation point. Got it. Appreciate it. I just made the decision. We're going to hold you to that. We are going to hold you accountable for that in the Flip Your Life community. Okay?
What is an exclamation part? Just curious.
Exclamation point. I can't read. What are you talking about? I can talk. I can't read. All right, guys. That is all the questions that I see. Just want to thank everybody for attending this last member call.
Have a wonderful Christmas, wonderful holiday season. Enjoy your family.
Yep.
We love you guys. We appreciate you.
And a happy new year. And I don't know for sure. I got a couple more announcements. Don't leave yet. All right. So 1, we are going to be getting crazy prolific with the community in 2020. Jocelyn and I were just having a meeting about this morning. So what we are going to attempt to do, we want to really serve you guys at the next level more than we've ever done before in January of 2020. We're going to be going crazy prolific with our members in 2020. We're prolific content creators. We're prolific marketers. But we really want to step up our game. We've had a lot of great success stories lately. Got an email the other day, a guy and his wife who started a membership last January, Chris and Ivy Newport. They were on the podcast. They just hit the $250,000 mark, $250,000 in 2019 on their membership. They're going to be on the podcast soon again. We've had multiple people this month email us and say, I just hit the 1,000 member mark in my monthly membership community. I don't even know what to do next because they're so overwhelmed and they're so crazy with what's going on. And we had another member write us in, and she said, my husband is in shock because we just hit the $50,000 a month mark. So we've had some huge success stories this month, and we want to make sure that next year, next decade, all of our members have the opportunity to succeed. So in January, we are going to be doing Member Mondays. I'm going to be coming in, Jocelyn's going to be coming in, and we're going to be doing trainings every Monday for our membership. We're going to be, I'm going to do a goal setting Member Monday the first week of January. What is Monday? Is that actually New Year's? What is Monday that week, Jocelyn? Let me look here. Let me look at the Mondays, but I want to do Member Mondays because it's got the M. All right, so let's go to, how do I do this? What is Monday, the first Monday in January, Jocelyn? Help me out here. Pull up a calendar. All right.
It is the 6th.
The first Monday. Okay. Yeah. So the 6th, on the 6th, January 6th will be our first day. I'm going to do a goal setting training, just for members. We're going to do 2 Q&As. Those will probably right now tentatively be on the 13th and the 27th. And then, on the 20th, I'm going to do, another Member Monday. What was I talking about doing? Oh, I was going to do a time management. So I'm going to do 2 time, helping you really get a hold of your time, really get your goals set for 2020. So we're going to be serving you every week in January, right here on these calls for Member Monday. And then Jocelyn is going to be doing pop-up. What are you doing? Pop-up office hours?
Yeah, we're going to try to do some pop-up office hours for our members, and we will be posting that on your email and also on social media, and we'll let you know where to go to attend those office hours. But we're going to try that out in 2020 and see how that goes.
So maybe Jocelyn says, hey, I've got Thursday at 2 o'clock. I'm going to just do a pop-up office hour. We'll shoot an email to members. So not only are you going to get the normal Q&As like we're doing here, not only are you going to get some additional training really in the new year to help you not only, I want you to set goals and take control of your time. That's my goal for our membership community. So we want to make sure we get January has got to be a big momentum building month in our community. So we're going to try to serve you every single week on Member Mondays, and then Jocelyn and I will be doing pop-up office hours. Hey, do you have we might show up on a Thursday, maybe a Friday, it might be a Saturday, who knows when it's going to happen, but you'll be able to get some additional Q&A time, make sure that we get there. And those may be in the community. We may start a thread and say it's pop-up office hours. We may start a thread in the Flip Your Life forums, shoot that thread out, you go in and put a thing, and we'll just sit there and rapid fire answer a bunch of questions in the forums. That might be what our pop-up sessions do. So it's going to be a big, big, big month. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait to grow our membership. We want to grow our membership. We want to double our membership next year. All of our memberships, that's some of our goals. And we have got a lot of things going on.
Be on the lookout for our end of decade podcast. We're going to be recording that very, very soon.
Yep.
And we're starting a new decade, y'all. It's crazy. We're roaring into the 20s.
That's right. Next month, you're going to hear 1 hour decade wrap up and our goals for the next decade. So you can hear that. You're going to be hearing from Flip Your Life community member Jennifer Bradley in January. She's going to be on the podcast. She's one of those awesome people that just hit 1,000 members. I will say, unbiased, that I think that was my favorite podcast we've ever recorded. That's going to be coming out on January 7th. I think that's January 7th. So 1,000 members going to start off. We're going to try to get Chris and Ivy back on the show in January so you can hear what it takes to grow a membership to $250,000 a year, $250,000 in just membership sales. And so January is going to be fun. You're going to want to be a part of this. And, if anybody's listening to this and you're not a member, let's go to fliplifestyle.com/flipyourlife. Okay. And we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Till we see you in 2020. Do whatever it takes to flip your life. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.